Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me in this 21-day yoga challenge where we learn one new yoga pose every single day. How we'll be doing is week 1 we'll be doing the foundational basic poses, which is the basic level. Second week will be intermediate, and the last week we'll have 7 advanced poses. So let's get straight into it. The first posture that we'll be doing is the downward dog or adho mukha svanasana. As we know it, it's a foundational pose because every time you're doing a Surya Namaskar, this is the resting pose for most of the times. And I feel this is one pose which is complete in terms of your whole body, challenges your whole body strength. So let's see how you can do it perfectly, and let's see what you can do as a beginner to perfect this pose. So let's see how the pose looks like. So just to give you an insight on how you can begin to know where your hands and feet should be, your wrists need to be shoulder width apart. Notice that my shoulders are in straight line with my wrists, and the same thing goes for my hip. My hip is straight line with the wrist, and I'm in tabletop position, and this is the starting position from which we will attempt to do the pose. So from here I am going to curl my toes, flatten my feet, push my hips up and come here. So this is what it looks like. In this posture, your drishti is towards the navel, so you should be gazing at your navel. Depending on the flexibility of your hamstring, you might not be able to do this, and it's okay if you bend your knees, keep your hips up, keep your hips pushing upwards, and stay here and gaze your navel. This is completely okay. And if you're beginning to do this pose, you can cycle your way up to increase your hamstring flexibility to reach all the way down, your heels down. But if your heels are here, you can bend your knees and slightly and stay here. Some mistakes that people do in this posture is that they sink in their shoulders, and I see a lot of people doing this where their shoulders are almost touching their ears. So that's something that shouldn't happen. You actively need to be pushing your shoulders away from each other, away from your ears. And again, another mistake people do is they sink in that, they melt their chest too much, so they almost reach on to the floor, and they think they're doing a great job and this is perfect. Again, shouldn't be done. You're not supposed to be melting anything. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to keep the whole body in an active position. This is not a passive posture. So we are aiming at active posture. So remember to keep pushing the mat from your palms. Keep pushing your hips up. Keep pushing your shoulders away from the ears, and keep pushing your hips down. So, and gaze at the navel. So this is going to be the proper posture. That's how it's going to look like. If you sink your chest, you're going to land down on the floor. If you sink your shoulders, then you will be somewhere here, and this is where you should be aiming at and gazing forward. You stay here. But if you are here, there's an easy trick that you can do. Try with me. So come into a down dog position. Now deliberately keep your hips where they are. Now deliberately bend your knees, bring them all the way to the chest. Push your hips up, keep the hips where they are, and try to get your knees straight. Again, bend, keep your hips up, keep the hips where they are, bend your knees and straighten your knees, heels on down to the floor, and pushing the mat from your upper body. Again, bend your knees to the chest, lift up. Notice I come all the way down on the floor without sinking my upper body. I hope you do this posture well. I hope you like this video. To try this posture, I am waiting for you to send me all the pictures. See you next time.